Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm Julie Davison, and this is my mama, Susan LaCroix.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jay.
Hi. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
It is September 19th, our 16th episode of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. If you're new to our video series, we are mother-daughter, and we've been demonstrators for 19 years, and we live a few states apart. Mom's in Michigan, and I'm in Illinois. So this is our opportunity to share and stamp with each other each week, and we are having so much fun. This is episode number 16, which is so hard to believe that we've been doing this for 4 months, because I guess I feel like we should have just been doing this like so much longer. We should have started this a long time ago, but we've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we sure should have.
Well, so today is my oldest child's 18th birthday.
All right, Tom.
I'm like really struggling with this.
Really?
I am, like, because I want to just protect, my kids and keep them in my little bubble. But at the same time, like, I want to push them to be independent. And, that's what we raise them for, right? Like, we raise them to be, productive adults and citizens. But I still want to, like, I want to keep them in my nest and kick them out at the same time.
That doesn't change.
Oh,
I mean, I have the four of you are in your 40s.
yes.
Right? And I still feel that way.
You still have one who's 39.
For a few months. And in a couple of days, Yvonne, our oldest, 46.
Oh my gosh.
Right? 46. It's more than halfway through that little decade to 50.
Okay, let's stop talking about this. You're having fun this weekend. You and Dad got to get a chance to get away for the weekend.
Yeah, when this airs, we will be up in Shanty Creek, which is in the northern part of the Lower Peninsula. Your dad has an American Legion conference. And he said, let's go. So he got an Airbnb. We were packing up the dogs. I'm packing up some stamping stuff. And while he's conferencing, I'm going to be stamping. So, and one of my teammates or team members will be able to drive over. She lives about an hour from there. She's just, it's up here. An hour away is like just down the road. So, so she's going to come over and we're going to stamp. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's nice sometimes to get out and have a change of scenery. I feel like, obviously in the last couple of years, the last year and a half, we haven't been able to do that as much as normal. So it feels good, doesn't it? Just to kind of pick up and take off for the weekends.
It's a really pretty area of the state. I mean, I think most of Michigan is beautiful, but
absolutely.
And I don't even know, Julie, if you remember when we went up and spent a week in Boyne Mountain with Noni and Grandpa and Uncle Tommy and Kathy and all the cousins. Yeah, you don't remember. Okay.
I don't remember where we were, but I might remember parts of the trip.
Yeah.
Were we celebrating birthdays?
No, I think it was just
that was a different trip.
That was a different trip. Absolutely. Because we celebrate your birthday. But yes, so it'll be pretty. We haven't been up there in a while, so this will be nice. Leaves changing. We're looking forward to it. So yeah. Anyway, let's stamp.
Yes, let's stamp. Last week we did Blackberry Beauty and we shared that suite, which was so perfect for fall. But we're switching gears and we're doing Christmas this week. So let me switch the camera so Mom can share with you the suite that we'll be showcasing.
And it is Painted Christmas Suite. We got parts of this when we were in Hawaii. It's on pages 16 and 17 in your mini catalog. And there is a lot to the suite. There's a lot there. So, the samples alone are absolutely stunning. And let me just kind of detail some of the product for you. There's actually 2 bundles, both of which, by the way, are available if you sign up. You can pick one of these for free. And too bad you sign up twice, because then you could get them both.
You can't sign up twice.
I know. I said, too bad you can't sign up.
Oh, I thought you said you could sign up twice. No, it's
No. One or the other.
one free bundle with when you purchase the starter kit during Sale-A-Bration, which ends in 11 days.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
On September 30th. Now,
Yeah.
if it were me and I was trying to choose between one or the other, I would choose the one Christmas to Remember, because it's the most expensive bundle on that list, I think, right?
You
Mom?
are my daughter. I would pick the same one for the same reason.
I'm all about the best value, you know it.
All right, well, let me share them in detail so you can see what's on here. So the first bundle is Christmas season and seasonal labels. And so this has just some fun design. I mean, some pine cones and leaves, holly leaves, and some berries. And then there's labels. There's a bunch of labels along with the dies that will cut out some of the holly and the leaves. So great. I mean, there's a lot of labels in here, and they're all really pretty. They can nest together. You can layer them. There's even some other little tabby things here. So yeah, that's the Christmas season bundle. The second bundle in this suite is Christmas to Remember. And so this has a lot of greetings that you can put on the outside or the inside of your cards. And then the bundle that goes with this are these phenomenal, let me pull it out of the sleeve. Sure, I can. Oh, I may have just lost one. Okay. So these are the Christmas pine cones. So you have a large pine cone and you've got two smaller ones that are the same size. And then you've got these two rather intricate dies, and they are intricate. They truly, truly are. If you don't mind this, I ran it through a couple times and then I used my brush and pad to, and I should, I guess, shown that, but it is very intricate. There's pine cones in here and you can layer them. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's like pine cones here. And so then these will layer right over it. So you can get the pine cones with layers, if that makes any sense, Julie. That makes sense? Julie, can you hear me?
I was on mute. Someone came down the stairs really loud.
Okay.
I'm like, yes, can't you hear me?
All right, so designer series paper. This is really pretty paper as well. And it can be used like this one for sure. It doesn't have to be used for Christmas. Same with this one. It's just pine cones, right? They're in my yard all over the place. This has got some hollyberry with it, with kind of a crumb cake background, which I think is unusual. I like the colors in that. I was trying to decide if this was crumb cake or Sahara sand. The background has got kind of a wood grain to I don't know if you can see it.
It's that new color. Remember, I say new color, but I'm not like revealing anything. But last week in the Blackberry Beauty, there was like a paper that was sort of like a really light Sahara sand. And I think that's the same color.
You know what? I didn't check, but you might be right. I was calling it kind of an almond color.
Yeah.
Huh. And then there's this one, which I absolutely love. Just very simple, just pine cones. And the thing about this paper is that the artists at Stampin' Up! Hand painted this.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's hand painted Christmas, whatever. So this one, just berries, and oh my gosh, love it. And a little bigger version with some leaves and ferns. And then the backs of these are, again, some of those neutral, well, not really neutral, but just designs that you can use as a background or as an accent piece, which I think is really pretty. This one kind of threw me for a while. I think it's just berries. I love this. I love this paper. And here's one that's, I mean, it could be anything really. Same with this one. This one is just a real light green with holly berries. Holly and berry. Can you see it?
It's really faint, but I can see it on camera.
Okay. And then there's a couple other things in this suite. One is this beautiful cherry cobbler ribbon with a gold on it, which is just, it's just so elegant looking. So pretty. And then these, and I realized that I've been using them, and so I should have gotten out a full one, but this
Oh.
is just a canister with some of these gold holly leaves. And they're just fun little accents to use. They're nice and shimmery, and they add a nice little accent. So these are the elements of this suite. So 2 bundles, designer series paper ribbon and gold holly leaves. So Jules, are you all ready to show us?
I think so.
All right, I'll set mine up while you're getting your thing going.
In our very first episode of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, we shared the painted Christmas paper and the Christmas season stamp set because, like Mom said, those were gifts that we received while we were on the Maui incentive trip. So I decided to focus on the other bundle this time since the Christmas season is one that we already did. In fact, let me start by sharing those cards again. These are the 2 cards I shared in that first video. And so if you haven't seen it yet, you'll have to go back and watch and see some of the projects that we share. There's some beautiful imagery in the Christmas season bundle. But I wanted to focus instead on this Christmas to Remember. This is the one that Mom and I said that if we could choose a bundle for free from that list, this would be it because it's such an expensive bundle. I love the sentiments, the style. I really am a fan of the mixed like script and block sentiments. These intimidate me a little more. Like you said, Mom, they're meant to layer together. And detail dies, like I just prefer punches over dies. So like I tend not to use these as much. So I wanted to share some tips that I did and share with you. I'm actually going to make 3 cards from one set of die cuts. So I die cut the bottom layer in Evening Evergreen and the top layer in the brushed metallic cardstock or paper. This is in the mini catalog, and there are 3 different metallic colors. So there's like a gold, a copper, and then like a champagne kind of color. And they're, I don't know how well you can see that grain, but it's got like a brushed effect to it. So I used this gold when I was die cutting with this die. And then these layer together. And so that's what I did here. I put them together and I actually cut them apart. So this was all one die and I cut it. You can kind of see, I think you can see good on the die. Like it sort of has 3 sections and they're really easy to kind of cut apart. So you've got like some pine cones and the pine needles and some pine cones and some pine needles and some pine cones and some pine needles. So I decided to cut the die apart and use it. So this top part I cut apart and then I cut it into 2 pieces. And these I'm actually going to use by themselves, I think. But before I get to the card making, I wanted to give you a little tip on detailed dies like these. It's good to use the adhesive sheets to put on your cardstock so that you don't have to worry about trying to put adhesive. So these are item number 152334. And they come in 6-inch by 12-inch sheets and you get 12 different sheets. So I cut this down to match my cardstock. So the adhesive sheet piece I'm using is 4x6. And so you're just going to peel that off and then apply it to the cardstock. Now, if you were using the metallic cardstock, you would put this on the back side. This is like essentially a sticker sheet. And then you can die cut this whole thing and the sticker is going to already be on the back. So I would run this through the Big Shot, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Run that through the embossing machine and now you have your pieces that already have the sticker on them. So when you're going to put them on your project, whether you're going to layer them or not, you can just peel off that sticker piece. So let's get to the card making. Like I said, I have 3 different cards I'm going to make with these pieces. The first one is using a piece of that designer paper from Painted Christmas. So this is just 4 inches by 5 1/4 standard like card base layer. And then I'm going to add this die cut in the middle. So I'm just going to peel off that sticker. Look at that. It's so easy. Now this was in 2 sections. So that's where you have that like that line. And once you get it started, the whole thing comes off pretty easily. So then you can adhere this down to your project. I know you've got a good tip to share as well, moms. If you don't have the adhesive sheets, there are other ways to put this down really easily. And then these label dies that are from the Christmas season stamp bundle, they coordinate with the greetings and Christmas to remember. So the bundles really kind of work interchangeably. So I die cut one of those labels, and I'm just going to do some stamping with the Evening Evergreen. And that's going to layer on the front. But before I layer that on, I want to add some of that beautiful cherry cobbler ribbon. So I'm going to lay, I kind of want them to go this way, I think. I don't know, what do you think? I'm trying to do them flat because we talked about this before, the postage for non-machinable went up. So I think I like them flat like this, so they're not so bulky. So I'm gonna put them on the back of my label and then put the label on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I tend to shy away from ribbon a lot in my designs. Like, I just don't use a lot of ribbon, but I've been trying to. I find that I use a lot of like linen thread and that kind of trim on my cards. How about you, Mom? Do you use a lot of ribbon?
I use more than you, and I have to say I love ribbon almost as much as I love the designer series paper. Well, you know, it all coordinates together color wise. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I like to use ribbon.
Well, I love in most of these suites that we have a ribbon that so beautifully coordinates with the designer paper. So there's so many options. Okay, this was card number 1. Now I'm going to take another piece and create another card. And these are all kind of similar, just in the way that I'm layering like the ribbon and the labels and stuff. So with this one, I took that detail die. Do you guys remember last week I shared this tip where I embossed the die with a silicone mat? If you haven't seen that video, then definitely make sure to check it out. That was just the previous episode, number 15. So I did that same technique here to get an embossed background with the die. And I'm doing the tone on tone. So Evening Evergreen cardstock onto the card base. And go all the way around with this one. And then for this one, I'm going to use the gold die cut. These were so fussy that I wanted to try to get as many cards as I could from one die cut. Oh, there's all my little, like all the little hanging chads.
You'll have to get out your desk vacuum.
I know. Does it still pick them up when they're sticky?
I don't know.
I'll find out. They're sticking to my nails. Okay, I think I got one more booger. Get off of there. Okay, so same idea here. I just love the way this gold looks against the dark colored cardstock.
That is very pretty.
So impactful. And then I'm going to put same kind of layering here with the ribbon. Where did
I think we should have coordinated our projects, Julie.
Did we or not?
Oh yeah, I think we're yes, you'll see.
Oh no. This is one where we didn't share our projects ahead of time. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize, Julie, because I'm rethinking my thing here. All right, it'll be okay. Mine will be pretty short because since you're showing all this layering and stuff, I don't feel like I need to re-show it. So
Oh my goodness.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
do not apologize, Julie. Don't apologize.
It's so
Great.
funny though, because we really do we do this often where we have very similar thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put some of this stuff away. I've got some other little things to demonstrate, just some helpful tips with a couple of my projects. So I'm gonna kind of put my stuff away.
Okay, so for this last one, I just wanted to show you really quick. I used 2 of the label dies from that set. And I die cut the big one from the designer paper and the small one just with the basic white. And then I'm going to layer them onto the card. And I've done other cards like this, just the simple technique of having like the nested sort of labels there, and you could keep it really simple, but I'm going to add then those die cuts, which I already layered and glued them on so that the gold is already on the green. And then I cut it apart so I could have one down there. And I was trying to decide if the ribbon is too much. I think I like the pop of color in here though. What do you think, Mom?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. And so even though these cards are so similar, they still also look so different. Just the different ways that you can layer your pieces together help you to have like different looking cards.
Absolutely.
Whether it's the gold or the green or the layered.
Because even the designer series paper itself kind of changes things up from the same pack. So
now I'm starting to wonder, did you show me your card? Did I?
Yeah, I don't remember. We've had such crazy conversations, and you're running to pick up kids and I'm running dogs to vets. And so, we had kind of a choppy. It's really pretty.
I cut that the wrong way.
You could even put some gems on that too, like red gems to give it another, kind of tie in the red if you wanted.
Well, let me get these on here and see what you think, because I sort of feel like the pine makes it a little busy.
Yeah. I don't think you need the red.
I don't know. Is that big one too much?
Put it on again. Let me see. You got that one there. I wonder if you wanted to cut the big one a little bit. Yeah. And just take that one edge off. And then you can use that.
I like that better. Do you like the big one at the bottom or the top?
I think either way. Even take the big one off and put the little one there. That you just, no, the other little one by your seal.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Because maybe you don't need a big one at all, just a couple smaller pieces. Wow. Now, see, I like that, but I also like the big one. So, gosh, you could go either way. But what do you think? What is your gut telling you?
I don't know. Well, I'm for sure going to put this one at the bottom.
Okay.
And I might think about the other one.
It's like, okay, just got to commit. That's what I keep telling myself when I can't decide. Commit.
That's my biggest problem. Sometimes when I'm designing that, like, I cut the pieces and I stamp things and I don't glue it down and I just set it aside. Right. Yep. And then I come back to it.
Yep.
And then sometimes I still don't commit.
Would you remember the card last week that I did that I stamped the background and had that 2x4 strip of designer series paper? And I had a different piece of the designer series paper and I could not decide. I couldn't decide. And I finally said, okay, this is it. This is the one I'm going with. So yeah, I understand. I think
I'm very indecisive in general. So when it comes to stamping, it's even worse. I trimmed a little more off of that.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Like this. So now I can use that like on a fourth card, which I'm not going to show you right now.
Oh, so pretty, Julie.
I don't know which one I like best. They're all so pretty.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the last one you did.
This one?
Yeah, I love that. I like the layered pine cones and leaves.
Yeah. I kind of like this one, I think, with the golds. Like it's so simple, but it still has some of that texture in the background.
Yeah.
All right, Mom, are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's switch over to your table.
Okay. I just packed up all my stuff and I'm setting it aside. So this is what I did. Basically, pretty much the same thing Julie did. You know, I cut out some of those. I used some of the ribbon. I added some of the gold leaves and I used a different paper. So this was my kind of similar card that you did, Julie. We really have to coordinate better.
Oh, but that is different.
Well, it's different, but it's the same kind of thing that you did with the layering of the leaves. And
I like those gold leaves. I still haven't used them. And that looks really pretty. But you have a different way of putting glue on. Are you going to show us that?
I am, because I'll tell you why in just a second. I'm closing up my leaves so I don't lose them. Yeah, I'm almost down. I mean, I'm down almost one whole container. So time to break out another one. Okay, so when I was playing with this set, because boy, I just fell in love with this in Hawaii. I wanted to, well, I did this one. So this, I decided that they didn't need to be birthday cards. So I took a piece of vellum, which is 4 inches by 3 1/4. I embossed "Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays" from the stamp set "Happiest of Birthdays" in the annual catalog, and the pine cone paper. And I brought out a piece of "In Good Taste," 4 inches by 5 1/4 that I layered on early espresso. And what I found, and I don't know if I saw this somewhere, but if you use our Seal Plus along the edges of vellum and you kind of push it in, you can't see it. You know how it's so hard sometimes to adhere vellum because the adhesive shows. So, and I tied some linen thread around it, and I did do the inside of this one. I just took another piece of that and just layered it on there.
That is stunning.
Isn't that, I just love this. It kind of, I was inspired earlier, so that, and I added some of our brushed metallic adhesive dots. So that is, yeah, so that's one tip for putting this on. But one of the first things I did is I used one of our gift bags, the In Color gift bags.
Yes, this is the project I remember you showing me. I love this.
Yes, so I want to show you how you can put these pine cones together and the tissue paper. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and I'm going to bring out my silicone mat and a little piece of sponge, which I know we don't have anymore, but I die cut out of cardstock the pine cones. So I've got 1 big and 2 little. That's what I used.
And those are the individual ones, not part of the bigger die.
That is correct. That's from the suite that were
it's from the same die set. There's just some smaller pine cones in there too.
Yes, exactly. So I did the base of the pine cone in crumb cake, and then early espresso for the lacier part. And there is kind of a right or wrong way to do it, but for now, what I just want to focus on is, and some of you may already know this little trick, but I'm just going to put a little puddle of, well, sure I am. Well, Susan, come on now. I may have to open a brand new one. I don't know. But anyway, I want a puddle, and you don't need a lot. This is crazy. Okay. I think I need to break out some new ones for my stamps. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm putting a little bit of the multi-purpose liquid glue. You don't need a lot for this. And I'm going to just sponge a little on the part I want to glue on. And then match this up. It's this way. Well, it's got to be this way.
That looks really super easy.
It is. And it doesn't take long to dry. And so I'm going to do the same thing with the other ones.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If someone does not have the stamping sponges, do you think like a cotton ball would work?
You know, I would be careful with a cotton ball because the fibers might come off on it.
That's a good point.
You could always take one of your daubers and just commit the glue. I think you'd still get the same effect.
And the glue is like water soluble, so you could just wash the dauber so it's not all like.
Absolutely. So again, you know, you just don't need much at all. I would have put a little dab more, but let's see if it sticks. It seems to be sticking to the sponge. Yeah, I think it needs a little more. And with the silicone mat, you just need, you just take it in the, by a sink and wash it off. What the heck? Julie.
Is that the one that was running out?
No, they're all running out. Okay, well, you get the idea. I'm not going to sit here and do this whole thing. So let me just see if I can smash it on here. Okay. Anyway, so there you have it. You have some fun little pine cones that you can decorate, and I popped them up on here with dimensionals. And then I want to show you this tissue paper, and maybe you've done this. I know I've done this with customers in the past, but I just brought out a piece of tissue paper just from the dollar store. This one has like a shiny side and a matte side. I would not stamp on the shiny side because I don't know how well it'll dry, and this will absorb the ink a little bit better. So I'm just going to take, I have my Stampin' my wet our cleaner
chamois
because yeah, thank you, Jay, because see how you got to be careful when you stamp. Okay, so you can just randomly stamp this and go off the paper.
Nice light touch.
Careful. You need just a light touch because see how you're going to get a little bit of ink there. And so if you do it too hard, you're going to transfer some of that other ink. Okay, and then I just took with some soft succulent away with another one of the stamps just to add a different image.
Oh, yes.
So you want to just turn your stamp so you get different I just think it's so pretty, and I haven't done this in a long time, but you know, to tie it into some designer series paper on your project,
yes,
really just really adds to it. So have you done that before, Julie?
You're so clever. Not in years. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Years and years and years.
Yeah, and so then you can just kind of crush it up and stick it in your gift bag. And then I just took some of our evening evergreen woven ribbon. I added some of our in color dark green gems, and you can put a little gift in here, a cookie, or you can put, you know, a hand soap or something. I wish the bags were gusseted so that it would stand.
Oh,
but they're not. But that's okay because I think this is just kind of pretty. They're in colors. So I think on the page with it there was a gift bag done, and I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything with those yet. So there we go. That
beautiful.
So and plus the one like yours.
Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I forgot I have some more samples to share, some swap cards. So
Okay, I mean, I didn't get any out. I just figured we've been using it, and so I didn't know if we were gonna, show a whole lot more, but go ahead.
You want me to share these or not?
Sure.
Okay, let me flip the camera over. I'll just share really quick and then we can finish up. So these are all cards from other demonstrators. This one is by Jody Anderson, using one of the detailed die cuts as a background with some of the stamped images from Christmas season.
Very pretty.
This one is by Mary McNeely with the time-worn type 3D embossing folder.
Nice touch.
Little detailed die cuts over here, and that bedazzling paper from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. This one is by Jody Reinert, and she did some gold embossing on the sentiment with the ribbon and designer paper on the bottom. Here's one by Jennifer Cotton, and this is mostly that paint or Christmas season, the stamp set, and then the ribbon tied. Here's like a triple layer stamping. This one is by Ruth Bingle, with that Christmas season stamp set as well.
Wow.
Fun cards. All right, I'm going to add us back on the spotlight, Mom. I hope you liked our projects. I am coming around on these detailed die cuts, especially once you start cutting them apart and you can use like one detailed die cut for multiple cards. That makes it worth the effort. I think
it does, because that's what, I'll just kind of hold this up a little bit, but that's exactly what I did. Is I made that one, and then the leftover pieces I was going to use on to make another one to show. So now I can use it for something else.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so awesome. I'm kind of feeling like I'm ready for Christmas now.
No. Although I did start shopping. I have 2 gifts done.
Oh, good for you. I honestly haven't really started thinking about Christmas. I'm excited to be hosting everybody this year, but other than that, I have not given it a lick of thought. We have to get through. Well, technically, like it's still summer for a couple more days. It's not even fall yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're right.
For just a couple more days.
Yep. So, hey, leave us a comment. Tell us what you'd like to see. We could use your input. We love hearing from you, so we love the comments. So yeah, we want to know what you want to see next.
Yes, I don't know that we have a list yet, so please send us your ideas.
Yeah.
And let us know if you would like to see more from the mini catalog, or is there something from the annual catalog, or is there just a product that you would like to see us showcase and highlight? It doesn't have to be necessarily a stamp set or designer paper. It could just be a product. So leave a comment and let us know.
It could be a technique too.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to come up with a technique to share next time.
Yeah, maybe.
We will noodle on it and come up with it before next week when we see you on Sunday. Well, I'm not sure what that Sunday is going to be. Well, today's the 19th, so that would be the 28th.
Yeah.
No.
27th? I need 26th. A calendar.
We can math. We'll see you next Sunday on September 26th at noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for watching with us today. We hope you enjoyed our projects.
We're having so much fun. We hope you're having fun watching us.
I feel like we are just in rare form today. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure to subscribe to see us next time. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.